aprovechar que hoy tenemos un ratito para jugar y hace unos días que ha salido este juego. Vamos a probar el Martes Dead. Bueno, vamos a jugar a la versión de PC, ya que, bueno, la versión de Steam, ya que las versiones que han salido en físico pues están censuradas y entonces pues mejor jugarlas tal cual ha sido concebido el juego. Así que vamos a ver qué tal es el juego y la historia, que lo están poniendo bastante bueno. Ajusta el brillo hasta que la imagen... Vale. Aquí o ahí. Pues no ir tampoco... Mira. Vale. Bueno, estás leyendo básicamente que es obra de ficción, escenas incómodas, cubre temas que podrían perturbar a los jugadores y es recomendado para una edad adulta. Y pues eso, un drama narrativo adulto y, bueno, eso, visualmente perturbador, incómodo y que explora las complejidades de la mente humana, trauma psicológico y la autolesión. Vaya mensaje de inicio. Bien. Sí, bueno, por lo menos el tema... A ver, al final esto es ficción y siempre se va a tratar como tal, pero desde luego hay que tomarse en serio el problema real que esto conlleva y bueno, pues al final que pongan mensajes de este tipo, pues yo creo que está... Pues eso
Ciao,
parece, o
I'm Julia.
algo
Julia
similar.
Kay. I'm glad you are here. Nobody has visited me in ages. It's been years now. I must tell you my story, but I don't know where to begin. There is so much that... I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are vague. I only
Vale.
remember the summer of 1929, when they sent me off to stay with my nanny.
Bueno, que va a contar su historia y que dice que debería empezar por el principio, pero que solo recuerda que el verano de 1929 que la enviaron con su tata.
Nanny, will you tell me the story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow. Not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes. I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women. But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady, I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little, though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but I love spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're
Típica
not a
historia
young woman, could you tell me her story?
de miedo para aterrar a
Even
los
if
niños.
it's foggy outside. Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
I loved Nanny and I loved that story. Every time I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me.
Bueno, eso que le
Even now I
encantaba
can
la
remember
historia y
every
que cada
single
vez le
day of
parecía
that
una
time
historia
and how
nueva y
happy
más
I was.
atrayente.
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was killed by the man she loved. She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island. So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her.
Oh, the poor dear. That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, Poppet, but that's the way it is, and we must learn to deal with it.
Okay, I'll try, but it makes me so mad. Keep on reading, Nanny.
In despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy.
Una historia
So
preciosa.
he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl. They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved. When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake
Vale.
and roam the woods.
Lo que no entiendo yo es
looking for
por
her
qué le encanta la
long-lost
historia
love
a la
in
niña.
vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have
Es
claimed to
que
hear
es
the
como-
wailing of a woman in the distance.
Es horrible. Lo que veas. Pues,
Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by slaying such a life in its youth, even just for an instant. The lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
pues lo dicho. Una historia fabulosa. Para contar a los niños. Me da
Good
igual
night,
que haga
Nanny.
niebla o sea,
Good
que haga
night, my
niebla, que haya
love.
niebla o no. Pero bueno.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories do not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals,
Ah, bueno.
or whatever else was in that damned place.
Bueno, pero básicamente no sé, como que cree que la historia tiene parte de real, ¿no? El otro. Supongo que será mejor retirado.
Reel off the film. Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film.
O sea que vamos a estar recolectando rollos de películas por el bosque.
Put the new film in.
Me parece que son muchos movimientos. No sé si sí.
Close the camera.
Que igual hay que hacer momentos de tensión. Te da
Load
la
the film.
sensación.
Activate the timer. Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus. There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is.
Un cuerpo.
What? Is that a person? I must help them. I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
Vale, si la música es muy adecuada.
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared.
Hostia.
I dragged that lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead. Impossible to comprehend. I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think.
¿Cómo han dicho que tenía una gemela? No lo ha dicho.
I have to stay calm.
O sea, iba a ver a su tata y solo había una
Martha
niña
is
escuchando
not
esto.
dead. It's not possible. It's not true. There's no need to worry.
¿Y por qué?
Everything is fine.
Sin más. Claro.
Everything will be fine. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead.
Toca ver.
It's not possible. It's not true.
Hostia, de pinta.
There's no need to worry. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. Martha, February 26th, 1923.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
What are you doing?
Go, Eric, run!
Es que la premisa parece
My
un poco
parents
extraña.
ran towards me.
Ah, que
My
encima eran
mother
sus
hugged
padres.
me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected.
Vale.
Martha, are you okay? She asked me, speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something that couldn't be undone.
Uf.
I would have to pretend to be Martha
Sí.
forever.
Pues eso habrá que verlo. Pero bueno, ya empezamos a entender un poco de por qué cojones están separadas. Tú verás.
Praying is pointless. It's just a way of soothing your conscience by trying to ease the pain. But I don't want the pain to ease. What would I be left with then?
Eerie, did you remember to light the candles in the hall? People will be here soon.
Mummy always finds something for everyone to do. July 17th, 1944. Our family is deeply saddened and is thinking of you during this extremely difficult time. Ernesto E. and family.
¿Y quién es Ernesto? Ah, 10 más telegramas, vale.
July 17th, 1944. Our hearts are with you and we share your grief in the wake of the tragic loss of your dearest Julia. Monsignor Attilio D. July 17th, 1944, Ministry of War. Director General for Conscripts and NCOs. We are grieving over your sudden loss, and we send you our heartfelt condolences. The Lieutenant Colonel Rapporteur.
María.
An old painting. I find it so sad. It communicates a sense of deep solitude to me.
Bien.
There's no reason to use the phone right now. A telegraph box. I know how to use it. Daddy taught me. Daddy's oboe. We were preparing a really nice duet together. On the rare occasions he's at home, that is.
O sea, entendemos que el padre sí parece... Bueno, parece. Un mechero. Encender las velas. Me imagino que las que hay alrededor de...
Daddy, Mummy, and my grandparents. It seems almost impossible that Father is a soldier. Mother would have been more suitable if she wasn't a woman.
Que parece mentira que su padre sea el soldado, que su madre hubiera sido más válida que ellos.
Books, books, and more books. In our villa there must be 10 times more than even here.
Madre mía, qué coñazo.
This painter was a friend of Grandpa's. I always loved his paintings. As a child, I used to look at them for hours. The only way people could tell Martha and me apart was by dressing differently. Even Mother couldn't tell us apart.
No, las velas que había alrededor del ataúd, ¿no?
When you're done, can you come and get the flowers, please? Or send Martha if you like.
Never a moment's peace. Even at a time like this.
Vale, vale.
She can't sit still for a second.
Iba a decir, pero si Marta está muerta, pero claro, no está muerta. Sí, que se me ha ido... Vale.
Everything always has to be perfect with her.
Vamos a responder ahí ya, bueno. Han tocado, ¿no?
Parla Londra.
Vale.
Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali.
La radio.
Felice non è felice. È cessata la pioggia. La mia barba è bionda. Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
¿Mi barba rubia? ¿Qué son códigos? Y no tengo ni idea.
Pues me piro con ellas, porque es que se ha dado la vuelta.
Algún sitio se podrán colocar. O bueno, más para adelante que tienes ahí una puerta abierta. En el otro lado, claro.
What's happening? Who closed the door?
Erich, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here, of all places?
What? Yes.
Sensato,
I
no sé,
must
pero
have
lógico.
fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irena? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it? Her fault for Martha being deaf and for you being infertile. Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irena. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm stupid? No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems.
Joder.
It would have been better
joya.
if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one?
Bueno, ya.
Me?
El marido no me transmite demasiada credibilidad, sí. Y yo... Encima ya, con el subtítulo.
They have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl.
Buah, mal
What
pinta
will I
esto.
do without you? What will life be like now? All the time I didn't spend with you. But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we? Nothing. I miss you,
Tiene un
Julia.
acento rarísimo.
I miss you.
While American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, We have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
Es este, ¿no? Erich.
Sí, padre de ellas.
Claro, es alemán, por eso tiene ese
Mother didn't
acento
seem
raro.
to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
Bueno, empezar, ¿no?
Martha has lost her son.
Qué curioso.
Martha has lost her son. Martha has lost her son. Martha has lost her son. Martha has lost her son.
Vaya belleza.
Martha has lost her son. Martha has lost her son.
Está repitiendo todo el rato.
Martha has lost her son.
La identidad humana. Y toca. Hostia, literalmente, no, además. Bueno, podría tener 10 a los sentidos si no fueran gemelas. No parece una mujer. Una mujer eso. Qué incómodo.
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is
Ya,
empty
la
and
cosa es
this
quién
is
la ha matado.
reality.
Tremenda
This is
calidad de
Martha
foto.
and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago.
Ahora, ¿por qué no se
Now-
ven las fotos, tío? ¿Será por la calidad gráfica?
Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul. Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul?
Estoy flipando, o sea, pero si al principio se veían todas las fotos, tío.
No lo sé.
Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe. This dress is only for special occasions.
Vale.
Ujú.
This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened.
Pero no puedo abrir.
No, está cerrado.
I always keep my trinket box locked.
Ah, claro, que comparten habitación.
Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death together. The butterfly collection that Daddy made for me. Nanny will be visiting me soon.
Joder, la tata está viva.
Pues sí. Eso, la ropa.
I'm already dressed.
Ah,
Vale, pues no me dejes abrir el armario.
It's me with the nanny.
es que
Or
estoy
maybe it
flipando
was
con las
Martha.
fotos.
No one can remember.
Ya no sé. Bueno.
Everything I need is always in my bag.
Ah, mira la llave.
The key to my trinket box. Here is my diary. July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But
¿Y qué
that's
día
okay.
muerto?
A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the White Lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then, when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
Ya está.
July 16th.
Yes, Erich, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down for breakfast. Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think?
No puedes abrir la otra caja, ¿no?
What did you say? Okay, I won't wake her up. I'll just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. This is not the right key. I must get her key if I want to know what's inside her trinket box. How wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here.
Sí, sí. Ah, mira.
Esto es esto, ¿no?
El de arriba, ¿no? Súbete practicando
It's
para cuando
locked.
tengas que correr.
Strange. Why did they lock my room? As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
Me está cayendo gorda la madre.
Wow.
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera, are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right, but let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right,
What's
though.
it?
Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them.
Este. Si se van a ir, da un poco igual que leas el periódico o no. O sea, quiero decir, no van a sospechar. Pero bueno.
Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges. Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear. I will find out the truth. Firm bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24 hours. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk.
Impresionante.
Julia Kay. Distressed but supported by faith. Irenei the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Julia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased. First improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day as of April 20th. A kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers and an unexpected distribution of jam.
Qué noticiaza. La cámara.
For Julia, to take more and more photos. Dad. I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here.
Pues nada.
There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them. Bread, butter, jam and coffee. Martha's typical breakfast. I prefer honey and milk, but I'll have to adapt to her tastes, obviously. Chocolate, a privilege for few people in these times.
Pues muy bien. No.
I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques.
Ya, no sé.
One of Daddy's many photos. Who knows who
Ya,
these other people
pues
are?
dices que son personas, que si no...
Orgy Bonsi. On the day of Saint Alexis, the battle rages in the city tormented
Florence,
by
July
Anglo-American
15th, 1944.
Our Lady of Carmel,
General Erich
Heil
K.
Hitler.
Regiment,
As per our prior agreement,
Hitler.
we are sending you military encrypted communication material. The device must remain hidden and secret. Hail. Feld Mascherallo, Carl H.
Cuerpo de ella no puedes tocar ni nada.
What the hell? For a moment I thought I saw... No, that's not possible. There must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist. We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce. These could be of use to me.
Joder.
Mummy's sewing machine. She learnt how to sew because nobody else could do it to her liking.
Sube con el otro. No.
Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good?
Bueno, sí, ya sabes. Bueno, las tijeras, pues...
Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin, delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here?
Toma ya. Se ha jodido el vino.
Our wine. Daddy is so proud of it.
Ay, pues omitimos lo roto y la sangre. Bueno, sangre.
No, sangre, sabe, no.
Ya, pero qué raro que no haya hecho ningún comentario.
Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to. Before I can use the enlarger, I should take a photo.
Sí, igual nos estamos adelantando porque primero tenemos que hacer la foto
There
para
are
ver si
3
funciona la
baths
cámara
when developing photos.
y luego
The
bajar aquí.
development bath, then the first rinse, and then the fixing bath. The second rinse is done directly in the sink afterwards.
Bueno, pues vamos a hacer la fotillo. Ahora es con el gatillo, ¿no? Para abrir y eso. Vale. Vale.
My bike. The wheel is deflated as usual. A bicycle pump will solve this.
¿Dónde concho estará? Vale. Eso es. ¿Qué? Sí, hombre. Ah, mira qué bien. Un jardín por el que no puedo bajar. Joder, me estáis vaciando. Sí, por aquí, ¿verdad? Por ahí. Sí. Por aquí está el bombín. No, pero ya que me han dicho que esto, pues bueno, pues lo
This
intentamos.
is the center of our farm, but since we moved here, it hasn't worked like it used to. Security matters, Daddy says.
Entonces, ¿sabe? Una vaquita.
I was afraid of animals when I was little. I never approached them alone.
Sí, igual te hace algo. O sea, fíjate hasta dónde me he ido. De verdad que... Conejos... Vale. O sea, entonces me he desviado un montón. ¿Este? Pues no. No. Pues para... Ah, sí, bueno, por ahí. A ver, vamos a sacar la cámara. Vale. Vale. ¿Tú hago un pájaro? Prepárate para tu primera foto. Si no te mueves, podrás afinar el giro, la inclinación y la altura de la cámara. ¿Pero qué me estáis contando, tío? Pero estas complicaciones me están dejando loco. Joder. Ya, pero yo tengo... A ver. Estoy flipando, tío. Ah, cerrar. Vale, mantener pulsado. Es que estoy diciendo, digo, a ver. Claro. ¿Qué me dice? Haz una foto... Ah, haz una foto en el jardín. No... El pájaro era un plus, pero... Eso, mira, ahí me pone como... ¿Ves el icono de la foto? Hay un pájaro ahí. Ahora te lo enseño encima del tejado. Sí, así me quedo yo. Pues es con Y, tío. ¿Se ha ido ahora el pájaro? ¿En serio? Te juro que había ahí un icono de la cámara, que era como el de la cámara. Vamos a ver. No te estoy tomando el pelo, míralo. ¿Lo ves? ¿Ves el icono? Vale. Ahora no... Ya qué sé. Observar la cámara. Vale. Es que... Ya, pero no entiendo por qué ahora no me... Altura... Gracias. Ah. No tengo un sitio alto, ¿no? Para hacer la foto. Joder. Buah. Yo no veo nada, absolutamente nada. Pájaros aquí no se ve. Exposición, apertura, enfoque. Y estoy un poco lejos. Es que como no sé desde arriba. ¿O podemos hacer las fotos de arriba? Estoy haciendo tonto aquí. A ver. Menudo juego de terror. Por eso te digo, el terror está en que no sabes hacer una foto. Me cago en la leche. Mira, es de ser inútiles, Es de ser inútiles. Yo. Sí. En mitad del objetivo. Como un foco. Pero quiero enfocar. No sé cómo puedo enfocar. ¿Tú sabes cómo puedo enfocar? Es que antes la hemos hecho enfocada y ahora no. Exposición. Enfoque.
Excellent. I've taken the picture. Now it's straight to the dark room in the cellar to print it.
Qué bien lo hemos pasado.
Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget.
Por aquí. Ya. Qué suspense. Como si supiera lo que estoy haciendo, o sea. Vale. Sí, que va a tratar mucho el tema de hacer fotos. Pues hombre, pues voy a querer revelar por la que tengo. Pues eso, ¿qué parte quiero imprimir? ¿Y cómo que carta mal colocada? Ah, imprimo toda la foto, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa? Pues es poner papel, ¿no? Si ya lo tengo todo. No, o sea, eso es desenfocar. Si están rojos, que está todo. Pues ahí están. Exponer el papel, vamos a ver. Es que no estoy entendiendo. Esto no tiene ningún sentido, tío. Si yo hago esto... Es que, a ver, yo puedo entender las cosas que se pongan de una manera... Joder. O sea, porque... parece que lo ha dado por hacer algo. Entendemos que en lo verde, ¿no? Venga, buenísima. Que si no le doy donde le tengo que dar, pues pasa lo que pasa. Maldita mando de la Play, tío.
Not a bad photograph. It seems that the camera
Que le da al
works
verde en vez de a la
perfectly.
X.
Now I
Porque
can
están
take a
invertidos
self-timed
en
photo for Martha's frame.
el mando de la Xbox con respecto a... No, ha quedado bien porque le hemos dado donde había que darle, más o menos. Vale, y ahora... ¿qué? ¿Y no tengo que hacer nada ahora? Vale. Entonces me voy ahora. Ah, vale. Pues estoy alucinando. Pues nada, pues nos vamos. ¿Hay susto ahora o qué pasa?
These workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The puppets I used to play with were made here.
Vale.
I never knew that when I was a child. They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that.
Buena casa tiene la tata, ¿eh? Es que no estoy ahora mismo. Vale, hemos leído el pedido. Pues hay que encontrar... Ah, un trípode para un autorretrato también. Esta es la habitación de ellas, ¿no?
I'm already dressed.
Estas cosas, tío, empiezas muy bien un juego y luego es que es ridículo la lentitud. O sea, pues yo creo que tendremos que arreglar la bicicleta porque aquí no podemos entrar, ¿no? Qué locura. Es que hemos leído el periódico, hemos visto la bicicleta. Fumigadora. ¿Dónde hemos estado anoche? Estoy quedando loco. Vamos aquí, ¿no? A ver. Sí, es que no sé. Todo campanero que se precie tiene una bomba hincha de ruedas. Estoy quedando. ¿A ti se te ocurre algo que se nos haya pasado? Menuda decepción. Por aquí habíamos estado también, ¿no? Estaba ahí adelante el generador, ¿no? Ah, habrá uno en el sótano. ¿Tú has visto un trípode? Podemos mirar en el sótano, ¿no? Pues esto no lo consideramos un trípode, ¿no? Aquí en el cuarto de revelado. A mí que cierra la puerta así me mosca la leche. O sea, que no hay nada. Me cago.
camera is set up with the self-timer.
Vale, o sea, lo que hemos hecho al inicio no lo vuelve a repetir, digamos.
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film, a kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it. That's why they used to photograph the dead. But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly or they'll think I'm crazy.
¿Eh? ¿Lo que ha dicho? Esto es lo que no acabo de entender. Vale, es que soy tonto todavía. Le sigo dando a la A en vez de a la X. Qué pasada. Uy, la foto.
Yes, this is me. No one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone.
Si tú eres tú y ella es ella, es fácil que os distingáis, ¿no? Nunca puede ser ella.
I was obsessively thinking about Martha and what had happened. But suddenly, a thought took control. The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her, and now I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory.
Mis recuerdos. ¿Por qué mis recuerdos?
Of course the door is locked. The keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My
bien,
parents
ahora
are
que
not going
empieza
to
lo
let me
bueno,
go
lo
to the
vamos a
lake
tener que
anymore
dejar.
after Martha's death. So this is the right time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up.
Lo que quiere decir es que ella tiene una historia en su cabeza de lo que pasó.
Sí.
Y ahora le asaltan las dudas de si realmente fue ella quien le hizo daño, porque en el fondo la tenía envidia.
Here's the camera flash. Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
Bien, es precioso. Un mapa.
Daddy's stuff. War maps.
Ah.
I've heard everything will play out on this new defensive line.
Ahí está. Mira que nos ha costado al principio, ¿no? ¡Joder! Qué lelismo. Mira si encontramos lo de la bicicleta por aquí. Que sería ya la pera.
Eso debería estar en el cobertizo, yo creo, de la naranja.
Yo qué sé. Ups. Con el rifle al lado de... No. Pues la caja esta no. Es que no te sale bastante lejos las notificaciones. Va más lenta, ¿eh?
July 18th.
¿Y esto?
Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake, and now it's too late. If they find out I've been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them, so it's just impossible.
¿Eh? Sí, sí. Bueno, eso aquí nada, hemos dicho, pues ahora. Sí, pero por eso quería mirar lo de la bicicleta. Ah, esto es la habitación. Por si, joder, pues no sé.
Tienes que ir a hacerle la foto a Martha.
Abajo.
Muerta, sí.
¿Aquí tengo que hacer una foto? No, porque...
Mira, le te sale el logo.
Ah, vale.
Decía que quería hacer una foto.
Vale. Está enfocado.
Es que...
Ya. Que no le he puesto el flash igual.
Y desde ahí...
¿Y dónde le hago? Tengo el candelabro. ¿Cómo lo puedo encender? Estoy flipando, tío.
¿Pero y dónde has dejado lo otro? Porque lo había puesto en la cámara ella, ¿no?
Sí, pues no me queda así.
Igual te tienes que acercar y hacerlo desde uno de los lados.
Aquí.
Yo qué sé.
Puede ver más luz. Es que esto es lo que me está descolocando, tío. O sea, yo me he podido mover hasta ahora.
Y no habrá que disparar sin más. Y sin
No.
el flash después.
Mira dónde me he puesto. Esto no tiene ningún sentido. ¿Y la tengo que hacer ahora? Igual cuando sea de día.
Dice que foto... Por eso has cogido el flash, pero bueno, que puede ser. Vete a otra cosa.
Pero es que ya es... A ver. Vale, vamos a darle a... Observar la cámara, ¿no? Lo tienes es observar la cámara y meter en el bolso. Mismo lo vuelvo a sacar y ya está. Es que no sale foto. O sea, ya has visto que sale a oscuras. Yo voy a hacerlo del lago. Lo otro también hay que hacerlo, sí, pero bueno. Ahí. Más mejor. Vale, pues no vamos a tener que ir andando. Hola. Me cago en 10. Es un paseo, ¿eh? A ver, que me ubique. Es que no puedo poner mapa de ninguna manera. Esto es el menú principal. A ver. Vale, entonces... no. Vamos a bajar y lo que tengo que hacer. Parece un poco cagada que para poder ver el mapa tenga que estar haciendo esto todo el rato, ¿sabes? Vale, primera bifurcación a la derecha, siguiente a la derecha, izquierda, de frente. Vale. Parece que la bicicleta ya no estaba. ¿Lo has visto? No, cuando he salido no lo he visto. A ver, supongo que la primera vez pues habrá que andar, ¿no?
I love the night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it.
Por ejemplo, son dos caminos. Y he dicho izquierda.
Brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am of this.
Hola,
How could it
¿has
not
visto?
be? I killed
Estaba
her to
ahí
steal the love
metiéndose
that everyone felt for her, but
detrás
didn't
del
feel
árbol.
for me. How could I have done such a thing?
Casco alemán. Para que no se vea. Bueno, se ve como ligeramente, ¿eh? Pero muy leve. Ahí, ahora sí. Ya, pero eso es. ¿Qué ha sido eso? Ya. Está demasiado oscuro. Se ha enfocado. Se está al revés. Ahí. Y demasiado oscuro. Pues esto no sube más. No. No creo, pero vale. Que está demasiado oscura la foto. Esto tendré que hacerlo de día y ya está. ¿Sabes? Vamos al meollo. Seguro, pero no para ahora. Creo que ahora estoy yendo bien. Sí. Eso es, todo de frente ya. Y tú fíjate en el entorno, a ver si se la vuelve a ver a la dama. Bueno, la dama de blanco o la hermana. Porque te da lo mismo, un vestido blanco. A mí lo que me ha dejado un poco chinado ha sido el ruido. Perdón por mirar el mapa todo el rato, pero es que aquí a la derecha... Sí, por aquí.
Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily I still have my lighter with me.
¡Yipi ahí! ¡Titiri, tiri! ¡Vamos, vamos! ¡Vamos!
The cameras are somewhere around here.
Ya, es que el tocón este me deja... Sí.
A shred of fabric here in the woods.
Más es rojo.
How strange. Let's take a photo of 2 cameras left.
Aquí sí, porque tenemos... el lamparote. ¿Ves? Bien. Un poco... Ah, que está desenfocado, vale. Perdón. Que la foto tiene que ser buena. Sí, pero pone que igual no vale y entonces no salta para la historia. Pero ya está. O sea, la hemos hecho como hay que hacerla. Sin más, piensa que es para darle un poco más de intríngulis. No le des más vueltas. Esta segunda.
One more camera to collect.
¿Está ahí arriba o dónde está? Sí. Ah, vale, esto es la ancha donde... Sí que esta es justo la que hizo cuando pasa todo.
That's it. I've got them all. These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them.
Bueno, es como si supiera por dónde estoy yendo, ¿sabes, no? Los ruidos son brutales. Está haciendo cada vez más oscuro esto. No me deja darle al menú. No. Bueno, a tope para adelante. Lo vamos a tener que dejar aquí. Qué brutal. Ahora que empezaba lo bueno, tío. Ahora que empezaba lo bueno. Qué putada. Qué putada. Bueno, pues aquí quedará. Ya seguiremos.